Welcome to Basement Sessions, episode number 2. This is A0X podcast, where we go down to the basement, the place where startups are born. It's where we debate ideas, build in public, and make the decisions that move our projects forward. In every session, we talk with builders who are seriously shipping. We dive into what they're creating, why it matters, what's holding them back, and what they need to keep moving. On today's episode, we have here Alberto Fernández. He's the founder of Lead. He has spent more than 8 years building in Web3, launching startups, on-chain products, and creator communities. Before Lead, he founded Ino, Network, and Orvi, shipped on-chain products, and led growth at a fintech startup. Today, he's focused on a clear mission: helping creators build, monetize, and truly own what they create without complexity. He's also been a consistent JesseXBT user and was one of the builders who ranked Jesse Pollack's clone in the top 10 last week. So to start, my first question for you, Alberto, is what is Lead in one sentence, and who is it built for?
Hi, Daniel. Nice to have you here. Right now, we're building Lead's platform to creators to sell their detailed products with their ownership and instant payments.
So, so it's built for creators on chain of Web3, Web2,
Yeah,
artists.
it's for creators in general. Right now, we're focusing on artists and educators that are the top niches that have the pain points that are they're lagging in monetization, they're left behind with the fees, and then don't have the ownership of their products. And that's why we saw that these two main focus have a nice new incomes, nice new possessions, because educators have parts of knowledge that they want to expose to the public, and they want to earn about their knowledge. And also artists that have to their creation and the creative side are reward. Kind of the stuff that is base up doing that rewarding with the tokenization of the post is one of the mottos that we have, that we know that the digital products for the creators and are going to be the main source of incomes in the future.
For these creators, what do you think is the most complex thing that they are facing today? Maybe monetization, its distribution, or its ownership?
It's it's as you said, all of the above. On the distribution side, the algorithm from the main platforms has who has the discovery side, who has the mode exposure, the awareness, the discovery, and having an on-chain protocol that you can don't rely on that discovery part. That's a huge part. Also, the part of the fees that the decentralization platform has, they're top of the notch. But the most important that I see that the right now, like 2026, with stable coins problem that can be solved right now, is the instant payments and the stable coin adoption. It's not the same that being in Argentina with the Mexican peso or Turkish lira that has problems, and have it right in USDC for the creators. It's a whole new level for them.
Yeah, so having on-chain capabilities to get paid basically is something huge.
Yeah,
Because
it's something huge.
I guess
It's something
platforms
huge.
today. Yeah, go on.
It's something huge that also the on-chain parts give you the ownership of their products. The part of on-chain gives you the tracking of who's getting your product, who's enjoying it. And in Web2, you don't have that part. You would know that you can buy a template, buy a course, buy an art, buy a JPEG, anything, and you don't know who has it. But right now, you also have a memorabilia that it serves as these smart contracts or these on-chain economy that we're creating, but also has a purpose to have a secondary reach. And a lot of things can happen with that. we're in experimental phase, being honest, right now
Hmm.
with the on-chain creator economy, but it's looking promising.
Okay, so what would you say are the core features of Lead today, and maybe what are those things that you're experimenting with also?
Right now, the core features that are the most one is the ownership of the product via the smart contract and the instant payment settlement. The part that we're getting more far and beyond is the AI capabilities that is called Lena or AI that serves you as a co-pilot. Imagine that you will have a co-founder or a co-creator that helps you in the process. I'm a painter, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, but I know everything about my niche. That is making music, making a great paint, painting a great curse. But I don't know how to market it, how to expose it. There's something legal about this course. There's something about the copyrights. And that's the beyond part that we're discovering right now. That AI capabilities that creators convert him in a one army man.
That's interesting. I have two questions about that. The first one is, um, when you mention smart contracts, for someone that is on Web3, we can understand easily what they can be used for. But maybe for creators that can be artists, streamers, educators, or communities, maybe that can be complex or even scary. So, how do you handle that? That's my first question. Um, yeah, please, like,
Okay, the
go around that.
abstraction part that it was one of the last year's great improvements that we have on the blockchain ecosystem help us a lot. And one of the things that we do on Lit is that everything has to happen in the back. You don't have to know if you're using a stablecoin. You do not have to know you are using an NFT. You're just buying and selling a digital product. The creator at the end of times wants to feel the income. So we don't expose as a blockchain. We don't expose as an NFT. We expose as it is a digital product with an instant payment solution. I think that is what happened in the internet and in the beginning of the 2000s. You don't have to know what is it's in the back. Now you're using it. I hope that right now in 2026 we can get to that phase that you're gonna use it without even knowing.
Okay, so my second question was about intellectual property. You mentioned, and of course, this is something important for creators. So, how is intellectual property managed inside Lead?
That's a trick question because it depends on the user because everything is a replica. It's not the original one. And the ownership that the original creator is depends on the KYC or the part that the original creator it says. That's a really, being honest, that's a really gray area right now that we're trusting right now. We're looking for processors from the, an example, the original smart contract, put the patent in the on a commerce chamber, but it's everything on the back. Right now, we're on the Wild West in that part.
Well,
It's being honest. There's a lot of experimenting in the creator economy, and I think that's a good thing to know. But uh we'll see how the creators goes with that, but everything in the inception is new from the NFT and from the digital product, so let's see how it goes.
I think that's great about crypto. There's the space is open and ready for all kinds of experimentations. And in this case, when you talk about intellectual property, there's always this question about, like, okay, I have this NFT, the blockchain says it's mine, so someone or decentralized validators are saying this is true, but how that affects the traditional world IP and that kind of distribution is something that I think many, even huge protocols, have tried to solve, and it's still something open, I think.
Yeah, still open. There's a lot of the ones that in the beginnings and the inception was the music industry with the NFTs. It
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense. That's the top niche that I think. But or part that we're believing is that we don't have to replicate the old industry model of the music industry or the creator side that they own the distribution. We have to decentralize. But at the end of the day, it's a market, and the creators should know that market depends if they like your product is, and they know if maybe I create a song, it's a huge hit, but another one makes a remix, and the remix is the one that pays the fruits. It's a free market. There's a lot of things that can happen in that. It's I think it's a new way that the creator is gonna see. Okay, I have to be better. I have to be consistent, and right now I think that more than the products, attention to the product and the attention is going to be the new currency, because uh I want to buy the digital product of Daniel because I like Daniel, not because I like the content. Obviously something so important, like the most important part, but I also like Daniel, so I prefer to buy it to Daniel to buy it to another creator.
Communities and
Yeah,
fans.
communities. Yeah, communities, fans.
Maybe you know
Communities is
about a lot
everything.
about that kind of behavior. What's something interesting you have learned about how communities or fans interact with their favorite artists or creators?
There, it's like in the percentage game. Being returning to the industry of the music or the creators of it or the painting the art. We've been talking to painters, and from the nearest from the 100% of their fan base, they live for the 2%. Actually, they convert for the 2%. They have a lot of fans, but they take care of that. In the reality, that 2% is going to give you the income for the next creation. But the 100% of the another part of the fandom that they have is the authentication certificate for the 2%. So it's like chicken and egg problem. I need the fan base, but
Hmm,
I know that not everything's gonna pay for my creation. But it's part of it.
interesting. So, so if you're a creator and you are building ways to monetize, you have to know that about 2% of your audience will convert.
Yeah, so being honest that not if you don't create a product and it doesn't sell, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It means that you have to keep trying, keep getting more product, more awareness. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint.
Yeah, especially with artists and that kind
Yeah.
of branch. Um, this question links with IP and also with communities and distribution and how to try new things. How let's talk about monetization on lead. Like which on-chain models are you seeing that work best for creators? Like memberships, collectibles, splits,
Uh
subscriptions.
I think the subscriptions are the one that's gonna enter, but they're like getting lower and lower. Uh, Everything that I see right now is more in the speculative side. That, for example, prediction game for how the creator is gonna come. There's a lot of things changing in that spectrum right now. I don't know what's the one kind, because there's the library, no? There's the description model, the membership, the patron parts, the advertisement. But I think there's gonna be created a new ways that we don't know right now. One example, what is happening with the revenue share on the Sora or the base app is it's interesting what's happening. It's gonna be on the future, see what happens with that part.
I'm thinking that maybe these new ways of monetizing can actually untap that 98% that usually wasn't converting. Maybe now it can convert something smaller, but it's not zero anymore.
Yeah, you hit in the spot. Maybe that's how, okay, it doesn't hurt me to tip in a cent double tap on the base app because I want to give
Uh,
it a cent to $1. That's true. That's true because now it's easier. I said because we before you have to go to Etsy, you have to go to Gumroad, Hotmart, and it's a lot of friction before having that. You have to go to
yeah,
the photos. Yeah.
it's always
And
registering a new app, registering your credit card in a new app,
yes.
uh, having to, in most cases, get a subscription that is going to be a cost for you forever instead of maybe now I'm just feeling like supporting you. So I buy your NFT today and I have like that commitment, that long-term commitment that maybe not everyone wants. Maybe that's what happening with the 98%. Like they like it, but they don't they don't feel like they want to have this long-term commitment with a creator.
Mhm.
Uh, and this more like granular contributions. Maybe Web3 can help a lot with that.
Yeah, it makes sense because everybody hates that is the banking statement that you have. And oh, I remember that I have this membership. Oh, I remember that I have this
Yeah.
membership. And now with this, okay, I approve 100 USDC, and that's it. I don't have to be how much I'm gonna spend or how it's gonna be because everything is on this on chain. So that's another thing.
Do you have a roadmap for lead, like in the next 30, 60,
Ye-
90 days, or maybe the whole year?
for the whole year, there's a lot of things that happen more in this world. But on the short term, we want to make another experiment, like quick, more fun style dropping products for the creators. We want to release a new mini app this month. Uh, this mini app is gonna be sold for easy and fast execution for digital products, but in a memified site of any news that you have. You can upload news a cast, and there's gonna create an NFT of that part. That's just for fun. That's just for need and knowing more about the creators because on the product side for Late, we're more straightforward, more a platform. The social profile that you have, that's in the short term. And in the long term, and the next month, the next first 2 quarters of the year, we want to go more with the platform and the usage that I was saying about the AI. How can it serve you as a co-pilot? Right now, it's just for the generation of the image and the description of the product that you're gonna release on the platform. But we want to go on a whole new level. That is uh, templates already. If you're a musician, this is the format that you have to go. If you're an artist, this is the format. More like a co-pilot sign. And by the end of the year, let's see how it goes. They still experimented, and then talking with Jesse, now talking with your about your project, gave you a lot of ideas of how people can use clones. Because I'm talking right now about Copilot, but right now imagine that each one of the leads creators has a clone by itself. That's another the thing that
Hmm.
could happen. Okay, do you want to talk with Alex Hermosi or you want to talk with the clone of Alex Hermosi? That could happen.
Yeah, because Alex will probably charge you a lot to
Yes.
to answer you.
10K in person, man. 10K in
Okay.
person if you want to go to
Yeah.
the conference.
Uh, in the other hand, the clone can be much more accessible
Yes.
and as accurate.
Yes.
It can be trained on the Alex books and podcasts and videos, interviews and blogs. Basically, everything he thinks about. That's something cool about clones. And yeah, creators are a huge one. I will take maybe a minute to explain a bit more about ACRX, but um, we know that this technology, these tools we're creating, can go far beyond just builders. So artists, DJs, uh, winners at sports. They are all people that can teach a lot. They can give a lot of value, and they have a lot of people that want to get some value from them. So the case for creators is pretty straightforward.
Yes, and the more time that would pass, the more creators that you have, and there's a lot of saying that right now it's gonna be two types of people. You're gonna be an entrepreneur, or you're gonna be a creator because of the AI, or the white collar jobs are gonna be taken by the AI. So creator is gonna be a serious top notch profession.
So you're going to be an entrepreneur or a creator because everything else will be done by AI and robots, right?
Yeah,
It's crazy. The future is coming,
yeah,
and
yeah. It's dystopia, but I think it's more true that we want to believe.
the, talking about now that you mentioned about JesseXBT, that's our first clone. What's the best piece of advice that JesseXBT has given you?
The best place is for the go-to-market and gain the narrower version of the creators. Because I was talking with him, okay, I'm going to do the storefront, the digital products, and I put artists and educators, but he was insistent. But who? But who? Like,
Hmm.
and he helped me to like narrow the vision. Okay, the educators, there are a lot of type of educators. The musician, there are a lot of types. So right now, which one we're gonna go? We saw the more educated side for the finance part. This more ones, but that's one of the examples of the how I use JesseXBT for more like strategy part. And also, I use the feature that you put that can you qualify from 1 to 10 our product, and it
Uh-huh.
was funny. They say, okay, but you need these metrics, so you can go another. Be qualified with a 7, I think, and it's okay, but you need more users in this part of the product, so it can go to an 8 or or a 9. That was cool.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. I think having clarity on what's your target market is huge to allocate resources to building the product and the
Yeah,
communications. And it's
yeah.
something that when we start, there's a couple of really interesting stories there. Like when you try to build everything, because you think, hey, I can do it. Basically, the technology allows me to build something for everyone. That's not the issue. The issue is that the market will go faster in verticals.
Mm.
So anyone that just focus on one vertical will beat you. Will be more. Will give will give more value to that specific target market. That's
Yeah,
where
that's true.
we want.
It's like going for a shotgun, and a shooting range is gonna be okay. Let's see. I hope that I hit a target, and with that is like going with a sniper. Okay, I go that way,
Yes.
narrowing the market.
And also, well, the scoring feature, yeah, it's pretty cool. In the beginning, only the original got those numbers, scores,
Mm.
and description of why it's scoring like that. But now any builder can ask for the evaluation that JSXBT is doing inside, so you can know your score and you can ask
Oh,
how to
nice.
improve whatever feature of your product must be improved. I have
Yeah,
another.
nice.
Uh-huh.
Also, uploading the files that I put the pitch, I put the landing page, the platform, everything there, and feedback from everything, and it's valuable.
Yeah, that's really really cool. Um, Before building Lead, you built Eno network and
Hmm.
Orvi. Uh, and are you applying something that you learned from there to Lead?
Yes, yes. Being honest, there's a lot of things, and don't fall in love with what you built, because that's I think one of my mistakes in the beginning of my journey of as entrepreneur, that I want to succeed as everything I can, but with the product I want, not with the product that the people want. Because I saw, for example, I give you a concrete example. In Eno Network, we were tokenizing the wine industry, the wine ecosystem. And I saw with the vineyards that they need to tokenize the wine bottles, and they need it for their anti counterfeits, and makes a lot of sense. But the thing is that the market wasn't ready because the vineyards are a legacy market. They're not early adopters. But I was insistent. I landed one of the most valuable uh the wine bottles that it's on Elicaster. You can check it on YouTube. That is the video that we uploaded and everything. But there was no follow up traction. That's one of my biggest one, that the market knows better than you.
A tough one.
Yeah, a
So
tough
real.
one. Goes in the
Mark,
ego right now, but at this moment you don't have to get an ego.
it's much easier when you base your business on the actual client. The client is the
Yeah,
market, so he tells you what he needs, yeah, instead of you just investing a lot of money in something that you don't know if anyone needs now, because that's something important. Also, the timing of your product has to be needed now, and has to
yes.
that guy or that client has to be willing to pay for it now.
Yeah, because it's
Um,
almost better if you go early than they could be after. I mean, and I think on a startup world is if it's unclear in the part of the knowing that you maybe that's the future of the technology or the future of the market, but it's not your time. It's not your time,
yeah,
and the more is gonna be wasting resources, wasting capital. That is wasting the most valuable thing. That it's time.
exactly. Nothing more valuable than time. I, I've been in both places. I've been too early, and it's also fun because of course you get the market reacts. It's early, but for some people it's not early. But for a small
Yeah,
section of people, it's not early. It's the right time. So you see that there's something real, but doesn't scale because it's too early.
yeah,
uh,
totally.
and in the other hand, when you're too late, you always feel like you're trying to catch up onto something and you never reach it.
Yeah,
That's how I felt.
totally, totally. That okay, maybe if I had this idea before, but what is what it is. You cannot change the market. And the other one with Orbi was that we want to implement this stable coins in Mexico. It's already ongoing. You can check it out, Orbi.finance. And it was a cool experience. And the thing that I more apprentice is that the team that you have, it's everything on the beginning.
Hmm.
The talent is everything. Right now on Lid, I have the fortune to have an amazing team with me, and I'm proud of that part. Everything is an experience, man. Right now, you don't know what could happen tomorrow, but it's okay right now.
It's true. Um, the team is really important. It's really cool that you are satisfied and you're happy about your team because that can reflect in the product.
Yeah.
Um, you decided to build on base. You also are deploying mini apps on the base app and probably Farcaster too. Um, why did you choose base?
It goes with our vision that we, on the beginning, when we created Late, we were sure that we want to make our life easier for the creators, that they can monetize on the easiest way possible. And when we saw that base was going for the creators, helping the builders, going for the next on-chain economy and make it easier for everybody, and also getting a Grayscale 2 on Ethereum, it makes like a perfect no sense. I initiate with the communications on the on-chain summer. We created our first mini app. It was smooth. We get with the distribution. they help us a lot. I'm pretty grateful with them. I think that they know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a pretty good year in 2026 with the release of the base app, and there's gonna be good things to happen right there. I put it with that, and so that they're a long-term gamers, so I'm good with that part.
Nice. From For me, I really love the brand of base.
Yeah, yeah, man, you're part of the brand. I good. And why do you pick it, man? I you go what like ring on the finger, but why do you pick it then?
Why did I pick base?
Yeah.
Well, I got into crypto, building stuff on SocialFi,
Oh.
and at some point, Farcaster revealed to be the best place to build something on SocialFi. It was where the most people were, where the most active community was, and willing to experiment and try new things. And when I get into Farcaster, I discovered base, like for the people on Farcaster. And
Mhm.
after that, I learned all about it. It was like backed by Coinbase. The style, the branding of base, I really love it. I really got like vibes with me. Um, and so first it was the community and the things that that community were building were like top level and really nice tech, and I really love that. And then meeting of the mission of base was like you saw that they were going in the same direction that you would need to succeed. If you're building something on chain, you will want to work with the guys that are doing the best. They're doing the most,
Yeah.
reach out to new users, going together with the regulation, getting institutions, but also getting consumers and trying new things. So uh, the brand and the people brought me to base, and the technology that was being built around. And then I met the rest of the things and was like, it was a good decision.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I agree. I agree. We're in a good place right now.
Yes. So if you could ask the base community for one thing to accelerate Leo, what would it be?
What will ask to the community? Uh to be open with experiments and be also open with the feedback. If you want to try something, tell us directly. I like, for an example, we were like so in love with our storefront and creators profile, but we saw that the users like more the creation side, and with that feedback, we can see, okay, maybe you can push the pedal on the creation side and be that little on the side on the creator profile, but being more communicative, more active. We're open.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And are you looking to build partnerships with the ecosystem, like maybe wallets or marketplaces, infra, maybe some community, community even? Are you
Yeah,
interested in that kind of stuff?
yeah, I'm interested in partnerships with every part of the base ecosystem right now. I'm talking with Ali of Influence, Charms, Indexy. There's a lot of type of and I hope that we can make something with ACUX and with the parts that we're talking right now.
Mm-hmm.
And but we're open to everything, more on the creative side and the uh being honest on the creators and social part, because I think that it's going to be the next thing. But also, the next part that we want to endeavor for us is going to Web2 channels. Okay, going to the traditionals, going to TikTok, going to Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
going to that part, because right now I think that it's time to get off a little bit of the crypto Twitter that we are so uh, used to it, and go to another channels.
Nice, nice, really
And you
cool.
guys, what are you looking right now?
Hmm. In terms of partnerships, Well, I want to reach the coolest people on earth so I can clone
Nice.
them. That's a hard one, but
Nice.
that's the ceiling.
You should go next for Brian Armstrong. That's 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 your next
Oh,
level, man.
well, actually, yes, should be
Yes.
right.
Go
It's the
go for it.
closest.
Shout out for them.
We'll do our best,
Yeah, yeah.
Brian.
Cross your
Brian,
finger.
if you're hearing this, Brian, you can be cloned by ACRX.
Yes.
Can create a lot of good times for your final users that want to have your
Nah.
opinion and pick your brain.
Yes. He was so active on New Year's Eve. Maybe the clone was who was active in Twitter.
Maybe. Oh, I do want to have my clone too. My clone should be working for me already.
Yes.
Should be. You know, JesseXBT has replied 75,000 messages so far. It's
Okay,
huge.
a day when I reply on 100 on X is like, okay, I cannot do this anymore. 17 is gonna be like top level.
It's crazy the amount of work that a clone can do. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand because an AI can read an entire repository of code like in seconds, and that's not human. That's just not human. Even if this AI can reply to 1,000 users at the same time, but also each reply to a human could take hours. So it's really hard to grasp. Um,
Yes,
what
and the
clones
more
can
you
do.
want to grind as you want, you get tired, man. You have to eat, you have to sleep, you have
Yes,
to have a social life, go for a walk. I know
true.
that we like to work a lot as in the startup life and in the crypto side, but at one time you have to sleep, and the clones and the AI won't sleep. The creators would won't sleep, and if they have a clone, why they should stop selling?
They shouldn't.
Yeah,
They shouldn't.
that's the answer. They shouldn't.
That's a good thought. Well, we're closing this basement session, Alberto. I'm really grateful for your participation. I had a great time. If
Thanks
you
for
have,
the
if you
invite,
want to,
man.
of course, if you want to say something to wrap up, be welcome, please.
No, thanks for the invite. I enjoy a lot of this basement movement that you're making for the podcast. Anytime you like, we can repeat. I'll have a lot of fun, and let's keep base. There's just a great year ahead for us. 2020 is going to be a turbulent one, but a great for
Mm,
building, I think.
I believe so. I believe so. I believe it's gonna be a bullish year.
Yeah,
Very
a
great, very good
building.
for builders and creators.
I'll put it better. A building year. It's gonna be a building year. I don't know if it's gonna be
A
a
building
bullish
year.
one, but it's gonna be a building year.
Well, thank you very much, Alberto.
Thank you,
And
Daniel.
if you enjoy this conversation, support us with a like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what you're building and which topics or builders you'd like to see in future episodes. And also, thanks to Brander GG for co-hosting this podcast. And see you in the next based session where the startups of the future get built. Oh, bye bye.
Bye.